Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cinema Savvy, and welcome to another one of our quizzes. Today, we are going to be going through an animated movie quiz with you guys. So I hope that you've all brushed up on your animated movie knowledge, your animated films knowledge, all your Disney, your Pixar, your Leica, your animes. Every kind of branch of animated films is covered in this quiz. How are you guys doing today?
Doing very well. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into getting all these questions together for this quiz, but we managed to do it. If anyone tuned in last week for our action movie quiz, I mean, we said this last week, but every Thursday at 8:30, we're going live for a brand new movie quiz. So stick around until the end of the video where we'll be announcing what next week's is. But a few of the questions were quite tricky. A lot of people mentioned it was a very tough quiz. So I like to think that we've toned it down a little bit, not too much. There are still some very tricky ones in there, but it's much more balanced this week, I think. So it should be a good one. And obviously, there's a lot of animated film fans. We've got 12 people in the chat right now.
Yeah, this isn't my complete forte. So my involvement was basically, if there's a Disney question, I may have been involved with it. That's probably the most I can get away with. But as usual, I'm going to go over some of the rules. Those that didn't join us last week, this is a 5-round quiz. Do not email us in the answers. Basically, make sure you've got a notepad, a pen, or an app or something to write with. While I go over the rules, I'm going to give you the time to get it. I'm not going to start straight away. So, round 1 is a general knowledge round. There are 10 questions, and it is 1 point per question. Round 2 is the soundtrack round. It is also 10 questions, and you'll get 1 point for each correct answer. Round 3 is the quotes round. We will read you a quote from a film. You need to note down the name of the character that says it and the film it's from. You will get 2 rounds, 1 for the character being correct and 1 for the film being correct.
That's 2 points. Sorry, 2 points.
Yeah, two points. Yeah. And round 4 is stills. You are also going to get 2 points for this. We will put a photo up of a character from a film. You will get 1 point for naming the character, not the actor. It is actually a lot easier for animated films than live action because we're not going to put 10 photos of Arnold Schwarzenegger this time and tell us his name. But name us the character and the film that this film is from. And the final round is the poster round, where we will put on the screen a photo of a poster. It will be cropped, merged, photoshopped into a fraction of it, and you need to let us know the name of the film. And you will get 1 point for each correct answer. So 5 rounds, 50 questions, 70 points up for grabs. I don't think I've missed anything, and I hope you've all got your pens and paper by now.
One more thing. Please do not put the answers in the comment section. Please write down your answer at home. You can put in fake answers in the comment section as long as they're humorous, as long as they're not the actual answer. Okay?
Yeah, not like... Yeah, last week it was who was in the Expendables, and the answer was Bruce Willis. But if you're going to comment Stallone, don't, because he is in it, and people will guess that. If you're going to put a comment, make sure it's the most ridiculous out there thing.
We will read out your ridiculous answers, but not your actual answers. If that makes sense.
We want you guys to comment as we go along. Obviously, give yourself enough time to actually write the question down. But this is an open community. It's fun. But I think we mentioned that a lot last week, didn't we? Not to put the answer, but there's always someone. There's always someone in the chat that does it. Don't be that guy or girl. Don't be that person, and things will all run smoothly. So.
Okay.
We're still getting a few more people come in, so if we give it just a few more minutes before we start, I think.
Before we fully start, please make sure to follow us on the social media links, which are scrolling across the bottom right now. That is on Facebook, just type in Cinema Savvy, you'll find us. That is on Twitter at cinema_savvy and on Instagram at cinema_savvy as well. We will be revealing various details about all of our upcoming videos and everything like that, including a video which we will announce towards the end of the video of what we are going to be watching this Saturday.
Yeah, that's the best way to follow it. So we'll keep that on screen for a little bit. But I think we should get into round 1 then, general knowledge.
I think we should. The graphic is on the screen. The time has passed. I hope you have your pens and your papers. And if you haven't followed us, we'll go over all the social medias at the end. I'm going to go for round 1. Last week we didn't really time round 1. We're not going to time it either. We kind of fill in that awkward gap by talking. And I will repeat the question twice for each round. And we will give the first batch of answers at the end of round 3, and then we'll give the answer to round 4 and 5 at the end of round 5. And then we'll talk for a bit so you can tally up your scores and let us know who wins. Last week on the live stream, Marco won with 46. I can see he's on his YouTube account. Got a lot of people watching, so it's time for us to get into it. So, question number 1. What film won the first Academy Award for Best Animated Film? What film won the first Academy Award for Best Animated Film?
And I remember when this question was posed to, we were like firing questions back and forth, and I actually think I got this one wrong, which isn't a great start for me, meant to be an animated film fan.
It's so hard not to read the answers that are underneath it in the bold ones.
It really, really is.
Already we've got a JX editor coming in with his joke answers with Transformers, which I remember was going to be the name to Age of Extinction. Yeah.
I think that's some time for question 1.
Yep.
Question number 2. Who voices Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story franchise? Now that's the films, so I almost said the name. These are obviously the main 4 films, not the animated series, which I think used a different actor, or it didn't. I can't remember.
Video games use the same actor. Might be wrong.
Again, question 2. Who voices Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story franchise?
It's very tense here, isn't it? You can cut the atmosphere with a knife.
Everyone's like scrawling at their
scribbling down furiously. Just, oh god, what is it? What is it?
Someone kicking themselves for not rewatching the Toy Story films before this quiz. Or sticking around for the credits.
Question number 3. Which Roald Dahl book did Wes Anderson adapt into a stop-motion film in 2009? Yes, that's right, a Wes Anderson question.
I wonder who wrote that one.
Which Roald Dahl book did Wes Anderson adapt into a stop-motion film in 2009?
Yeah, quite controversially on the channel. Me and George outnumber Tayte on this one. There's a 2/3 majority. We are not a fan of Wes Anderson, but Tayte, you champion this guy.
I'm telling you now, like one of his other films, which I will name, Grand Budapest. A phenomenal film. I don't get how you guys don't like it. It's just magical in every sense of the word. Like, I mean, I'm staring at it on my shelf right now.
I'm so they didn't have to listen to talking about Grand Budapest. I'm going to go on to question 4. Sorry. Question number 4. Which animation studio created classics such as Spirited Away, Neighbor Totoro, and Howl's Moving Castle?
That's My Neighbor Totoro. Sorry.
My bad. You can tell I've not seen it. Question number 4 again. Which animation studio created classics such as Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, and Howl's Moving Castle? Howl or Howl? It's pretty much the same pronunciation. I've never seen a single film from the studio.
Howl's actually voiced by Christian Bale in the English dub.
He is.
And not very well, I might add. He sounds like he's bored as hell in that role. He's willing the film to finish. But a lot of beautiful films by... I was about to give the answer away there.
We've got a couple of them in the comments here. Bad Robot and Bad Robot. I don't remember there being that much lens flare in these films. I'm sorry.
Okay, should we...
Question number 5. Name the film that depicts the life of Vincent van Gogh through his paintings. That's question 5. Name the film that depicts the life of Vincent van Gogh through his paintings.
Already we have a guy doing the... T is giving answers out in the comments. T, this is your final warning. This is your final warning. Otherwise, you will be cast out of the quiz, and we don't want to do that. This is all fun, so just don't be that guy. T, you're being that guy. Don't be that guy. Thank you. See, Brinsley's got my back in the comments right there.
Stop it, Mr. T. Question number 6. What is the main character? What is the name of the main character in the Kung Fu Panda franchise? Sorry, I had a little Anchorman moment there. I read the prompt, didn't I? What is the name of the main character in the Kung Fu Panda franchise? I kind of really want to bring up T's comment just to wind up Tayte. Was that the answer? I remember it was a bad film. I've not seen it.
It's a great film.
Kung Fu Panda, however, is an amazing trilogy of films, and more people need to see Kung Fu Panda.
Yes, but I'm going ahead and saying this now. I reckon 50% of the people won't get his name.
They'll think of the actor. But,
yes.
It's not the actor, guys.
Character.
Question number 7, multiple choice. What year did Steamboat Willie come out? A, 1923, B, 1928, C, 1932. I'll repeat again. What year did Steamboat Willie come out? A, 1923, B, 1928, C, 1932. I'm going to give him a little clue. Steamboat Willie is the Mickey Mouse on the boat video, just in case you didn't get the name of it. That's not the year, though.
Black and white movie.
Brinsley, I missed question 5. I'll wait for the repeat. Apologies, I did forget to say this. We do repeat the questions at the end of each round. And I think that's enough time for question 7. So we'll move on to question 8. If you watched our live stream on Saturday, I fully expect you to get this one correct. How many different Spider-Men or women appear in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? A7, B8, C9. How many different Spider-Men or women appear in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? A7, B8, C9.
So this is kind of like a little Marvel Cinematic Universe type thing we're doing where during our watch along, there may be a question related to that previous movie that we watched. So be sure to tune into our watch alongs every Saturday for here on in.
I do just want to bring up a comment. Tayte won't shut up about that Van Gogh movie. Why can't I remember the name?
It's because no one watched it.
It's a beautiful film.
Question number 9. What is the name of the studio that created the following films? Note for this one, we've put following films, not classic films. The Secret Life of Pets, Sing, and The Lorax. What is the name of the studio that created the following films? The Secret Life of Pets, Sing, and The Lorax.
I have seen one of those films.
I've seen none. Isn't Danny DeVito in Lorax?
I believe he is. I've seen Lorax.
Sorry, I've never seen it.
I've seen Lorax. It's not that bad. Not that bad.
Question number 10. What is the name of the dragon ridden by Hiccup in the How to Drain Your Dragon franchise? Sorry, I didn't know there's
It's like how to drain your dragon. I don't want to see that movie.
What did I say that? My bad. What is the name of the dragon ridden by Hiccup in the How to Train Your Dragon franchise? The Hiccup's the name of a character. It's not the body noise you can sometimes do. It is a character. That is the first round. I'll give him a couple of seconds more.
I'm actually confident that a lot of people are probably going to get most of these right this time around. Again, I don't want to compare it too much to our action quiz, but a few more multiple choice questions in there this time, throwing you guys a bit of a bone. And obviously, as we go week to week, please send us feedback, how you're doing at home, if you find it easy, if you find it difficult, and we'll try and adjust as we go from week to week.
I was trying not to laugh at Jake's Edis's comment.
Yeah, just before George reads back through all the questions again, just for people at home. We're going to be reading out the answers to rounds 1, 2, and 3 at the end of round 3 before we move on to the 2 picture rounds.
So I will quickly go over the general knowledge ones once more. We're not going to spend as much time. Question number 1. What film won the first Academy Award for Best Animated Film? Question 2. Who voices Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story franchise? Question number 3. Which Roald Dahl book did Wes Anderson adapt into the stop-motion film from 2009? God, I almost said the name of it, my bad. Question 4. Which animation studio created classics such as Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, and Howl's Moving Castle? Question number 5. Name the film that depicts the life of Vincent van Gogh through his paintings. Question number 6. What is the name of the main character in the Kung Fu Panda franchise? Question number 7. What year did Steamboat Willie come out? Is it A, 1923, B, 1928, C, 1932? Question number 8. How many different Spider-Men or women appear in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? A7, B8, C9. Question number 9. What is the name of the studio that created the following films? The Secret Life of Pets, Sing, and The Lorax. And question number 10. What is the name of the dragon ridden by Hiccup in the How to Train Your Dragon franchise?
Okay, so we'll give a few people a few more minutes on that as we get ready to queue up round 2, which is soundtrack. And Tate, I believe that you'll be obliging us on this one, leaving me once again with round 3 with quotes. So no pressure.
Guys, comment. Let us know how that round was. I think last week we went in a bit hard on the action ones. So let us know what you thought of round 1, just as a very quick gist. We're still taking feedback into account. If it's too easy, let us know. If it's too hard, let us know. We are looking at all options as we haven't written all 8 quizzes yet. So, we're not arrogant enough to be like, no, that's it. That's how we run. We will take any feedback on board. I think that's enough to change.
Yes, I believe it is.
I think so too.
Let's move on to round 2. Okay. So
Again, this is 1 point for every question on this one, and unfortunately, there's no music clips. We did originally want to do that for soundtrack. We don't want to get into any kind of copyright waters or anything like that, so it is again just going to be questions to do with music.
Okay. Question 1. Which animated Disney film contains the following songs? God Help the Outcasts, Out There, and Heaven's Light. That is question 1. Which animated Disney film contains the following songs? God Help the Outcasts, Out There, and Heaven's Light.
I think this is definitely one of my favorite Disney films to ever come out, which will undoubtedly probably get a live action adaptation at some point in the future. Disney has got them all lined up like a firing squad, and one by one.
I almost just said, oh, yeah, there was a reference to that in another film. I was like, no, that would have given it away.
Yep.
Can't say that.
Okay. Question number 2. Which composer has scored the most Disney Pixar feature films? That is question 2. Which composer has scored the most Disney Pixar feature films?
So this was kind of between more or less 2 composers, and I was actually surprised at how close it was, but there is one composer in particular that took it for how many they've scored.
Okay, we're going to move on to question 3 now. Question 3. Which artist created the soundtrack for Tarzan? That is
specific. Oh, go on, sorry.
Which artist created the soundtrack for Tarzan?
I was going to say specifically that's Disney's Tarzan. I don't know if there have been any other animated Tarzan movies. There probably have been at some point.
I believe there is a Sean Connery one, but that's live action.
Tarzan's one of those films where it's like the Robin Hood films, right? Where every year or so you'll get a new Tarzan movie.
And I feel like there's loads of Hercules out there now as well. I know there was a load in like the kind of early 2010s and stuff like that. So, okay. Question 4. Which song from The Little Mermaid won Best Original Song at the Oscars? That is question 4. Which song from The Little Mermaid won Best Original Song at the Oscars?
Again, this question was a little bit more difficult than I expected it to be when I was trying to answer these.
I got that one first time. Like, I was surprised you guys didn't think my answer was the obvious one. I'm not going to tell everyone what it is.
I will say, when I was putting together some of these questions, like I do test these questions on certain people who I trust won't be giving out the answer and everything like that. They got this one wrong. They got this one wrong twice before they actually got the correct answer.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I can only name you one song from that film.
Okay. Question number 5. True or false? Danny Elfman provided the singing voice for Jack Skellington, as well as composing the score for Nightmare Before Christmas. That is question 5. True or false? Danny Elfman provided the singing voice for Jack Skellington, as well as composing the score for The Nightmare Before Christmas.
We have a comment from Marco. We're finally getting a live-action Hercules that follows the Disney film. I know Chris has a very different view on that. I'm curious, because Hercules has been done so many times, why not just have another one?
It depends who they have as certain characters. Like, if they cast it well, I feel like it will be fine. And I know the Russos are the people who are penning down to do it, aren't they?
They're producing, and there was
Who was directing again for it?
I can't remember. There was a short list, but the Russos was confirmed as producers.
Not Guy Ritchie again, please God, no.
So I remember seeing who was involved by it, and that kind of got me interested. But also, I don't want any more live action adaptations, especially Hercules, which is one of my favorites.
Okay. Question number 6. Matt Stone and Trey Parker were nominated for the Best Original Song for South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. But what did they wear to the Oscar ceremony? That is, Matt Stone and Trey Parker were nominated for Best Original Song for South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. But what did they wear to the Oscar ceremony?
You know, we talk about all of these animated movies that eventually get put on, you know, Broadway or the West End or whatever. You know, you've got Beauty and the Beast. There was Lion King. Recently, we had Prince of Egypt. Am I the only one who wants South Park, Bigger and Longer and Uncut to hit Broadway?
I mean, considering South Park became real with Tiger King.
Yeah.
All I want, South Park's my favorite animated series of all time. When the day comes where they end it, they need to end it with the second film as a farewell.
Yeah, I think so as well. And maybe bring back all the characters if they could do that. They've got so many different characters in there. Anyway, question number 7. What is the name of the 1968 animated film inspired by the music of the Beatles? Question 7. What is the name of the 1968 animated film inspired by the music of the Beatles?
Any Beatles fans out of the three of us in the comments?
I like Beatles. Yeah.
I'm not big on music. I really like a couple of songs. One of them because it was for one of my old favorite footballers. So to me, the Beatles are. Oh, I remember that football song I sang for like 4 years. And then I like Come Together until it's butchered by the Justice League trailer.
Okay, quite controversially then. I'm not a massive fan of the Beatles, so I thought there was going to be resounding praise for the Beatles.
Are you a Stones fan instead, or?
I probably prefer the Stones more than I do to the Beatles, but I take or leave both of them.
Wow, I'm going to say that has divided the comment section. Oh,
it has. I've just started World War III in the comments. Maybe we should get to question 8.
Question 8. How many different versions of the song Remember Me are there in the film Coco? That is, how many different versions of the song Remember Me are there in the film Coco?
That's a multiple choice question, by the way.
Yes, you are absolutely right, and I completely missed that. I did that last time, didn't I?
You did. You did.
Okay, so first answer is A, 3 times, B, 4 times, or C, 5 times. I'll repeat those again.
Repeat the question as well, just so people have got it.
How many different versions of the song Remember Me are there in Coco? A, 3 times, B, 4 times, or C, 5 times? It's the multiple choices that get me.
We have a few people. Brinsley has said, I haven't seen Coco. Well, I hate to burst your bubble. Take a wild guess at this question, but it is a very good film. Definitely up there of one of Pixar's best, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 9. The Fall Out Boy song Immortals was written for which animated film? Question 9. The Fall Out Boy song Immortals was written for which animated film?
Any Fall Out Boy fans out of us in the comments?
When I was younger, when they were good, when they released Infinity on High, that's an album I played a lot on my Walkman. Not to show my age too much. And then they kind of disappeared, and then they came back as this new breed, and I was like, yeah, you're different now, and you're not as good as you were back then. So I haven't listened to Fall Out Boy in many years. I really liked them when they were younger. It happens to a lot of bands.
So I hear them a lot on the radio. So I wouldn't turn off the radio if I heard them. I just wouldn't really pay attention to it. So anyway, question number 10. It's the last one of the round. Alan Menken has won 8 Oscars for his work on 4 Disney films. These were all for Best Original Score and Best Original Song. We would like you to name one of those 4 films. So I'll repeat that again. Alan Menken has won 8 Oscars for his work on 4 Disney films. These were all for Best Original Score and Best Original Song. Name one of his 4 films that he won for.
It should be pretty easy in terms of Disney's back catalogue, but
take a stab in the dark. Pick a Disney film, and you've probably got an okay chance of getting it right.
Just be that person that goes for Meet the Robinsons, the one that like no one's ever heard of.
Well, that gives away the answer. It's not Meet the Robinsons. There you go.
You've got about 56 other films to choose from there.
Okay, I'm going to read back through all the questions. Okay, so starting from the very top, question 1. Which animated Disney film contains the following songs? God Help the Outcasts, Out There, and Heaven's Light. Question 2. Which composer has scored the most Disney Pixar feature films? Question 3. Which artist created the soundtrack for Tarzan? Question 4. Which song from The Little Mermaid won Best Original Song at the Oscars? Question 5. True or false? Danny Elfman provided the singing voice for Jack Skellington, as well as composing the score for The Nightmare Before Christmas. Question 6. Matt Stone and Trey Parker were nominated for Best Original Song for South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. But what did they wear to the Oscars ceremony? Question 7. What is the name of the 1968 animated film inspired by the music of the Beatles? Question 8, multiple choice. How many different versions of the song Remember Me are there in Coco? That's A3, B4, or C5. Question 9. The Fall Out Boy song Immortals was written for which animated film? And question 10. Alan Menken has won 8 Oscars for his work on 4 Disney films. These were all for Best Original Score and Best Original Song. Name one of these 4 films.
Okay, so we'll give people a minute or maybe 30 seconds or so on that. I think everyone should have those questions. Someone mentioned earlier that we're going at a good speed, so just let us know how you're all doing at home and everything like that.
What do we think the hardest question was from round 2? I think it's the South Park one. I think if you know, you know, and if you don't have a clue what's been asked. That's as much as I can.
I'll be honest, knowing our kind of viewers, I think it's the Fall Out Boy question.
Yeah, that'd probably be the one that throws me the most. Actually, is the and I mean I've seen the film, and I mean I haven't really listened to any Fall Out Boy songs.
The song is in the film.
T says, built me up with round 1 and shot me down with round 2. We'll see how you do with round 3. So if everyone's all ready to move on, we'll be going on to round 3, which is quotes. I'm going to try and do my very best to do these. I'm not going to do impressions, by the way. This is what you get, this voice right here. So
you say that now, but we know which one.
There are certain quotes. It's so difficult. But I'm going to try and restrain myself. So there are 2 possible points up for grabs for each question. So a total of 20 points for this round. You need to give me, I'm about to read the quote out. You need to give me the character that says that quote, as well as which film that quote is from. So 2 points per question. So question 1 is "Let my people go," and I almost read out the bold bit right after that, which is not the part we're meant to read out. So that's question 1. Let my people go, and I feel like I want to add an exclamation mark at the end of that as well. We have Sophie in the comments who has just joined. Still getting some more people in. That's very good. Okay, question 2. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. And that is one where it's really difficult not to do the voice. Question 2. Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Sorry. Please say it in a higher pitched voice if possible.
Jake said put Wallace and Gromit at Grand Day out.
Okay, question 3. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy. Question 3. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy. I just feel like I should do a dub of all of these films. Like, clearly so talented with these quotes.
Monotone voice possible. I don't remember, guys. It's the character and the film.
Yep. We have an from Brinsley.
It's a very. I think
Very
British.
British.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's. I think you've got to be a certain age to have seen it too. Putting it nicely.
Mm.
Even though I'm not saying you're young or old, but if you know that one, you're gonna know it.
Okay, question 4. You've got a play date with destiny. Question 4. You've got a play date with destiny.
Can we get Chris doing just the blandest dub of all of these films?
Just do it in my Red Letter Media Plinkett voice. You've got a play date with destiny. Daily Bliss in the comments says, please do just dub all of these. Is that please do not or do? I think we need to confirm that because that is a... Yeah. Okay, question 5. Most people would leave. Not us. We're Vikings. We have stubbornness issues. Question 5. Most people would leave. Not us. We're Vikings. We have stubbornness issues. There are some small clues in some of these quotes occasionally. Use the voices when you read the answer. No.
Wait a sec. I'm throwing that up on the screen right now. Should we?
No. This is why I am not a voice actor. That's why they don't pay me the big bucks. Right, question 6. Lips red as the rose, hair black as ebony, skin white as snow. That's question 6. Lips red as the rose, hair black as ebony, skin white as snow. That actually almost reminds me of a really awkward comment I was given on one of my earlier reaction videos.
Okay, just to clarify in the comments, we've got Jake's editor, yes. Jake's editor, yes. And Jake's editor, yes. SeaWorld man, you should. I feel like we're going to have to do it. If you do all, Chris, then I will help you out by reading out some of the quotes.
Okay, well, if we take it in turns, if you take the first one, then I can take the second one.
Okay, you give me all the ones with the accents. Okay, got it.
Okay, question 7. I'm a damsel. I'm in distress. I can handle this. Have a nice day. I think I actually matched the cadence of the movie there. Question 7. I'm a damsel. I'm in distress. I can handle this. Have a nice day. And we want the character and the film. Needs to voice act. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Jack says 12 years a slave. Okay, how's everyone doing? They all got that?
Is that what he says when he's hanging up, in the mud?
It's getting very
Question 8. Question 8. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Question 8. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. We've got some appreciation for these movies by the looks of it. Sophie P in the comment says, these movies, and a very nice love heart. There we go. Okay, question 9. Oh, okay, restraint. Question 9. One shall stand, one shall fall. Question 9. God damn it. One shall stand, one shall fall.
Once again, please no answers in the comments. No actual answers in the comments.
Yep, and looking at you, Andrew Cates. No answers. Thank you very much. And the final question for this round, question 10. Introducing the double-decker couch so everyone can watch TV together and be buddies. That's question 10. Introducing the double-decker couch so everyone can watch TV together and be buddies. Okay, I'll repeat the questions in a second. George, as someone who doesn't watch many animated films, I know you watch a few. How would you, if you were doing this quiz and you didn't have the answers in front of you right now, how do you think you would do?
I would have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6.
Okay, you're over halfway. That's fair enough.
That's fine. I was like a really good guinea pig when we were going over questions. Like, George, do you know what you're doing? No. I don't dislike animated films. I just don't see enough of them.
Right. Okay. I'm going to repeat it. We're not giving the answers yet, are we? We're
No,
not.
we're not giving the answers.
That's when we do the voices. That's when we do the voices. Okay, I'm getting ready for it. Okay, right. So just repeating the questions from round 3 again. Question 1: Let my people go. Question 2: Everything the light touches is our kingdom. Question 3: I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy. Question 4: You've got a play date with destiny. Question 5: Most people would leave, not us. We're Vikings. We have stubbornness issues. Question 6: Lips red as the rose, hair black as ebony, skin white as snow. 7: I'm a damsel. I'm in distress. I can handle this. Have a nice day. Question 8: 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Number 9: one shall stand, one shall fall. And the final question of round 3: introducing the double-decker couch so everyone can watch TV together and be buddies. We have T saying he thinks he's got most of those. That's good.
It's very good. Okay, I'm guessing you're going to get more than 14 this week then. Okay, so if everyone is done with that, we are going to move back round to round 1. We're going to mark the answers we have so far, and then we are going to move on to the picture rounds afterwards. So you can stop scribing down as fast as you can and everything like that. Now all you need is a tick or a cross on your piece of paper. So are we doing this in any order or anything?
Let's go the same order. So general knowledge, round 1. Question 1: What film won the first Academy Award for Best Animated Film? This was Shrek, the first Shrek film, not the others. Question number 2: Who voices Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story franchise? It is Tim Allen. If you put Tom Hanks, you've failed. Question number 3: Which Roald Dahl book did Wes Anderson adapt into a stop-motion film in 2009? One of my least favourite Roald Dahl books, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Fantastic film. Don't care what you guys say.
The book's all right. The
film's good.
I can't. I'm never a fan of the book, so it put me off even more that Wes Anderson's name's on it. Question number 4: Which animation studio created classics such as Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, and Howl's Moving Castle? It is Studio Ghibli. Question number 5: Name the film that depicts the life of Vincent van Gogh through his paintings. This is Loving Vincent, if Tate hasn't already told you on our chats 100 times.
Please go and watch Loving Vincent right there.
What is the name of the main character in the Kung Fu Panda franchise? The answer is Po, not Jack Black. Jack Black voices him. Question number 7: What year did Steamboat Willie come out? The correct answer was B, 1928. It's available to watch on Disney Plus, and they have the unedited version, which they cut many years ago because of animal abuse. It's only like 10 minutes long. I recommend watching it.
It's different times, okay? It was different sensibilities in the 20s.
I'm surprised it's only swinging a cat round, and, it's not that bad. I hate cats. Question number 8. How many different Spider-Men or women appear in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? The correct answer was C, 9. There are 2 in the credit scenes, people. Spider-Man 66 and Oscar Isaac.
This is why you always have to stay in for the credits during every movie, especially an animated one.
Question number 9. What is the name of the studio that created the following films? The Secret Life of Pets, Sing, and The Lorex? The answer is Illumination.
And none of us going to say it in the really annoying minion voice.
Illumination!
There we go. Thank you, Tate.
That's like their own little MCU logo, isn't it? They have the minion come out to say it now. Mm-hmm. Pathetic. Question number 10. What is the name of the dragon ridden by Hiccup in the How to Train Your Dragon franchise? It's apparently called Toothless.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
If you rip Toothless, you've got it. It sounds like an Eminem song, but no, it's a character.
Let's see what we have here. Steve Oldman says, "Drink along to Mr. Fox."
Oh, absolutely, happily. Any Wes Anderson film, I'd happily drink along.
There is not enough alcohol in the world to get
every time a character or line of dialogue or shot is like up its own ass, you can have a drink, and you'd be paralyzed after 20 minutes.
Just swig. Right, Tate, do you have the round 2 answers?
I do. Okay, so question 1. Which animated Disney film contains the following songs? God Help the Outcasts, Out There in Heaven's Light. That is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It is my favorite classic Disney film. I think, Chris, there'd be much debate with you on whether it was your favorite or not.
Yeah, probably. Objectively, it's probably the best in terms of its subject matter. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Question number 2. Which composer has scored the most Disney Pixar feature films? That is Randy Newman. The other person who scored quite a lot is
Michael Giacchino.
I was thinking that it was Giacchino, wasn't it? Yeah.
I believe
Randy did 10.
Yeah.
And Giacchino's in 7. Which, how many Pixar? Is that like 17 out of like 24 or 5 Pixar films? That's quite remarkable. Yeah, that's a nice little one. Okay.
Question number 4. Which song from The Little Mermaid won Best Original Song at the... Oh, sorry, I missed one.
Yeah, I was going to say you missed question 3.
Which artist created the soundtrack for Tarzan? That is Phil Collins.
It's a phenomenal soundtrack. Love that film.
Great soundtrack. I remember it used to come on when you played the PS1 game.
Mm-hmm.
Question 4. Which song from The Little Mermaid won Best Original Song at the Oscars? That was Under the Sea. So anyone who guessed Part of My World, and what's the other one?
Unfortunate Souls, maybe?
Kiss the Girl. You're wrong. It's Under the Sea. True or false? Danny Elfman provided the singing voice of Jack Skellington as well as composing the score for Nightmare Before Christmas. That is true, and that surprised me when I saw it. I'm not going to lie.
He also voices another character in the film. I believe it's Locke, I think his name is, and he does the singing voice for him in that song as well.
Okay, question number 6. Matt Stone and Trey Parker were nominated for Best Original Song for South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. What did they wear at the Oscar ceremony? They wore dresses. Do we have a photo of it?
I can get you one. I did put a comment in the chat, an unofficial, if anyone can guess what they were taking at the ceremony. The correct 3-letter answer to that was LSD. Simply moving on.
That's not a bonus point, by the way.
That's what they told everyone.
Reading through the answers and everything like that, whilst me and Chris are doing the voices in the next round, George will find a photo so we can plop it up on the screen of Matt Stone and Trey Parker in dresses at the Oscars. Question number 7. What is the name of the 1968 animated film inspired by the music of the Beatles? That is Yellow Submarine. I remember seeing that in school for some strange reason. The animation is goddamn horrific, if I remember. Like nightmare-inducing kind of horrific.
It's stylized to be that way, Tate.
Question number 8. How many different versions of the song Remember Me are there in Coco? There is 5. It is sung by, I guess, the 3 main characters, by one character twice. That is Miguel, who sings it twice. And then it is also sung in the credits. Question number 9. So that was C, by the way. Question number 9. The Fall Out Boy song Immortals was written for which animated film? That is Big Hero 6. It actually plays during the film when they do their kind of team-up scene of them kind of figuring out their powers and getting their super suits and stuff like that. So if anyone got that, I think that was probably the hardest question of the round. Question number 10. Alan Menken has won 8 Oscars for his work on 4 Disney films. These were for all for Best Original Score and Best Original Song. Name one of those 4 films. So if you've got any of these films, then get a point. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Pocahontas. So once again, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Pocahontas. If you have any of those films, then you get a point.
That guy deserves so much credit for the success of Disney, especially during the 90s. The amount of films he worked on and the amount of music that he made is just incredible.
And for the photo of from the Oscars ceremony, look at your screen now. It was no joke. They've admitted to everything in interviews. I think they once every day when they why we went. And if you want to know the song they were nominated for, it's Blame Canada, because that's probably the only one they could legitimately ask to get nominated for.
Yes. I still like the song. It's a good song.
It's a great film. It's one of my only musicals I like.
We've got a few people saying, do we get extra points if we guessed more than one film for that question 10? No, you only get 1 point, I'm afraid. Just give yourself a pat on the back and your own congratulations in your own time, but it's 1 point in this quiz. But well done if you got more than just the one.
Oh boy, this is a teaser. This now is a teaser for our voice acting talents when it comes to the Revenge of the Sith stream that is going to be, I guess, coming in a few months' time.
Glorious. I'm ready. I was born ready since 2005 for that.
I'm up first, right?
Yes, you are. So this is the answer to question 1.
I can't remember who he says. He says it multiple times throughout the film. I know
Go
that.
for it. Just go for it.
Let my people go.
And the answer, that was nice. Very nice read of that. And the answer to that was Moses, and the film was Prince of Egypt. Right. Okay. I feel like I need my testes to descend like a foot to the ground right now. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. And that is Mufasa from The Lion King.
Oh, God, I can't do a Yorkshire accent. Fuck no. Oh, I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy.
I don't know what accent that was meant to be.
That is Babs from Chicken Run. It's really difficult to do a female Yorkshire accent. I'm not going to lie.
This is why I'm holding my integrity till I do a round where I know all of the lines.
Marco was hoping for a Lion King question. He got it. That's awesome. So yeah, answer to question 3 was Babs from Chicken Run. Right, okay. You got a play date with destiny. That's Lotso from Toy Story 3. I don't know. He's my most hated Toy Story character. I will say that. He deserved a much harsher fate than he got in Toy Story 3. That's Lotso or Lotso Huggin' Bear, whatever you've written down from Toy Story 3.
I feel like I've got all the horrible accent ones.
Wait a minute.
I need to like
no, because Chris is going to miss out the one he wants.
I'm going to miss out the one I want. Right, I'm going to exchange that for you because I want to do 9.
Okay, fine. Go. You can take this one then.
Okay,
You've
cool.
got to pinch your nose though for it because it's quite a nasally voice.
Oh, I don't know Hiccup. I'm going to do this in my normal voice.
Go into Hiccup.
You do Hiccup. Do Hiccup.
Do Megara.
Okay.
Most people would leave here, not us. We're Vikings. We have stubbornness issues. And that is Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
Is that Jay Brushaw voicing him by any chance? From This Is the End? I swear he's in that franchise, isn't he?
I think it might be.
Oh,
yeah.
Marco very controversially says Toy Story 3. Is it the worst Toy Story? Ooh,
no,
that is a debate for another time.
It's the third best.
Okay, question 6. Right. Oh God, this is like childhood trauma for me. This character terrified me as a kid. Lips red as the rose, hair black as ebony, skin white as snow. That's the magic mirror from Snow White. I've mentally blocked out that film and that character from my head. That is the magic mirror from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
So if you got magic mirror Snow White, then you get a point there. Chris, you're up again with.
Okay, right, womanly voice. Okay,
but it's quite a deep womanly voice, I'd say.
Okay, I'm a damsel. I'm in distress. I can handle this. Have a nice day. That is Meg or Megara from Hercules. I think we have a few Hercules fans in the comments from when we were reading those out originally.
Oh, had to get the Robin Williams one. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Is Genie from Aladdin.
That was a good read. There
we go. Main event time.
Focus.
I think everyone should try this after Chris. Do it at home.
One shall stand, one shall fall. I can't do it. That is Optimus Prime from The Transformers, the movie. And don't forget those 2 uses of the word the. Optimus Prime from The Transformers, the movie. One of the finest characters ever to grace cartoon and live action.
Can we get some one shall stands, one shall falls in the chat?
Are you going to give it a go, Tayte?
Okay. This one's just standard, isn't it? Introducing the double-decker couch, so everyone could watch TV together and be buddies. That is Emmett from the Lego Movie.
And I got away with saying none of them.
I don't know how you did that.
There's only 2 I could give a reasonable guess to.
Guys, Grace in the comments says great soundtrack. I don't know what that was to. Which film was that?
I think that came with Transformers or Aladdin around that point.
We've also got the effing mirror in the chat as well.
Oh man,
Snow White watch along, Chris.
I dude, no, I can't.
How traumatized do you want to be? Okay, so can you guys put down in the chat if you're watching right now, or in the comments if you're watching afterwards, what your score is at this stage, just so we kind of know where you guys are at and everything like that. So from those questions, it was out of
20 for round 3.
40.
40 for rounds 1 to 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, the sentient spaghetti says, "Do I get a point for just putting Transformers because I meant the Transformers the movie?" I don't know.
Yes, that's fine.
That's fine.
As long as you didn't mean the Michael Bay one, which is actually animated, but it is better.
Ooh, controversial.
Okay,
guys.
Round 4, anyone?
Round 4. So let's pull up the round 4 thing.
Right. So this is the photo round. So the way this worked last time, you will get 15 seconds to guess the name and the character from said film. 1 point for each, so 2 points per question out of 20, 10 questions, and it'll be 15 seconds on our on-screen. We don't have an on-screen timer, but we do follow the live stream tracker. So that's how we're going to do it. Guys, is it right if I man this just because I get really into
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Guys,
and I'll say
number 1.
And again, 1 point for the character and the film.
Creepy ass motherfucker.
We're going to go straight into them as well. We're going to just keep continuing. Question number 2.
Give people to
here's the thing. Chris gave me so much shtick for not seeing this film.
I've not seen it, but I know its reputation.
Tayte, just watch this film, okay? Just do me that one favor.
I'm sorry, guys. These aren't all fully cropped, so you will see parts of us at times.
Yeah, you've got Chris's forehead there, which appears to be quite massive. There we go.
You cheeky bastard. It's one of my insecurities, okay, Tayte? I'm aware of my receding hairline.
And guys, this is not the master control program from Tron. You may think it is, but apparently it's not. It's something far more terrifying. Question number 5.
No, this is something far more terrifying.
Yes, I agree.
The answer is not Peter Capaldi from Doctor Who.
Is it not?
Let us know if we're going at an all right pace for these as well, guys. Let us know.
Wow. So just very quickly looking at the comments. Oh, wait, George, if you move on to the next question, then we'll go through. So looking at the comments quickly, we've got loads of people, 19 out of 20, 1 with 14, 33 out of 40. That's very high scoring. 21 points, 20, 42.
7.
Woo. Out of 40. JX Editor, nice one. 42 out of 40. Good job.
I've never seen this film, but the eyes are terrifying me.
Fantastic film. Should go watch it.
Question 8. The character, guys, not the voice actor.
Where is it? I need more arms.
Question 9.
And it's not Tayte, even though it says it right next to his face.
Question number 10. That's got to be the easiest one, right?
No, absolutely not.
No.
I saw the film once when it came out in, was it 2009, 10? Whenever it came out.
I've always called him the fat kid.
So that was the animated round. We will put them all up again. We'll have a 5-second gap between each one. So if there's any you've missed, pay attention now. 5 seconds starting.
I'd say 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
10? Okay. Sorry, just when it's silent, it makes it feel
I wouldn't say 10 seconds. I'd say 5 seconds. We've already seen
people have got to write down a character and a film.
Scribbling furiously as we scroll back through all these characters.
God, look at the animation. Jesus Christ, look at that.
Look at the animation that isn't moving at all. Nice one, Chris.
Still appreciate the illustration, dude.
Oh, yeah, you can appreciate the illustration.
And the fear.
This is question 4, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Question 4, sorry.
Sorry, we'll say
question 5. Question 6. I always think of Harry Potter when I think of this. You know, Sirius Black's like that. Question 7. Question 8.
Go on, Tate, it's your turn this time.
Oh, wait, so I need to go to this side.
I've been squashed by him like the ants and other victims. Question 9.
Does Hopper kill them with kindness?
Question 10. Also, if anyone really wants to kick off, if they are, that was my. We did have a picture of another Bugs Life character, but I made sure it was Grasshopper that made the final cut. But yes, that was round 4, guys. We're going to give the answers after round 5. But again, let's know if that was easy, if that was hard. It's a lot. I think that was easier than last week because it's animation. You can't confuse the actors with the character.
Had a few comments. Sentient Spaghetti says stop motion animation is the best animation. It's certainly. I'm not going to say which animation is the best, but it definitely is. I think Leica and Aardman are pretty much the only companies now that are keeping that going strong. But I'm glad that they are. And Brinsley says, I don't think I'll be able to catch up with the girls this weekend. Brinsley has opened it to guys v girls in the comments. So, it's all to play for.
And speaking of to play for, we're going to head into the final round, which is the poster round. So we're going to put a screenshot on. It's going to have a poster that's been cropped. Name the poster, name the film, not the poster. And we will do the same 15 seconds, and then we'll put them all on for 10 seconds at the end. And I'm going to flow through each question. So question number 1. What film is the poster from? This is a common theme. And guys, this week we are going to show the posters after when we're giving the answers
cool
out.
Posters. Mm-hmm. Such a cool poster, just saying.
Question 2.
That is a criminally
underrated. Chris, have you ever thought of dyeing your hair and your beard blonde?
Hiring
out. Just get me like that. I mean, when we unveil the full poster, that guy has a V-neck. Like, my God.
You've had that in the past.
Yeah, that's true. This is question 3.
Question number 4. Maybe the hardest one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I will take responsibility for that. Question 5. It's a white background, which is why it's kind of looking awkward. Question number 6.
We're having a lot of people say classic, and then this one comes along.
Yeah, remember, guys, you've got to get the correct film. I'm not going to obviously give you the answer, but you have to put the film. Question 7.
Yes, that famous film.
That's quite a tough one.
It is a tough one. If you know it, I think you'll get it. But you got to.
Is that the official theatrical poster of it?
It's from the re-release. They had a big re-release for this film's anniversary in recent years. I think that's the fairest way to put it.
And they added. Did they add 10 minutes to the film or something like that?
I think so.
So this is question 8.
Question 8. Moving on to question 9. This isn't Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. That isn't Lucius Malfoy on the right.
So people should get it with that mask on the right there, I think.
Question 10.
Again, we want specifics on this one.
And then what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go back to question 1, and we're going to give you another 10 seconds as of now. So question 1 is back on the screen.
Is that a film that we did on Film Club, Tate?
We did it on Film Club, if I remember. Yeah.
That's one I've owned. I've never seen. I've had it for about 7 years.
This film? Oh, the first
question 1. Sorry, we're on question 3 now. And I've not seen this one either, and I own this.
I haven't seen this one either.
Oh, wow.
I was on a journey.
The only one on this list that I haven't actually seen, funnily enough.
I've not seen this one either.
Oh, no, I
can see it's almost every one of these.
If you're struggling with question 4, blame George.
Yeah, I'll take responsibility. This is
me and Chris had very different aspirations for what that was going to be.
Couldn't get it in high res.
Am I going to have to host some kind of animation corner just for you guys to actually see some of these animated films? Like, my God.
I've seen all
I
of them
will
on Pixar.
force you to rewatch Fantastic Mr. Fox. I will just I will pick some of the worst animated films I know and force you to watch them.
I haven't even seen it. It took me like 7 years to watch. No, it's not even out 7 years, has it?
Yes, Sentient Spaghetti. This film is White Chicks.
So this is question 8.
Question 8. I've never seen. Not one of these. What's Incredibles 2? That's the only Pixar film I've not seen. I've even seen The Good Dinosaur.
Incredibles 2 wasn't that bad.
I just never liked Incredibles anyway. I wasn't.
First Incredibles is a fantastic film.
It's just the Fantastic Four.
And we'll give you a bit of backstage stuff here. When we were preparing for the quotes round, I had a Syndrome quote, and these two did not like Syndrome as a character for some strange reason. I think he's one of the best Pixar villains, honestly.
Actually,
guys,
the question from this guy is, right now, comment what you think the most memorable quotes from The Incredibles is.
Syndrome.
No.
Put down the first quote that springs to mind of The Incredibles, comment us, and then we'll give you the story after. But before we get to that, we're going to go over the answers for rounds 4 and 5. So, one of you guys want to do round 4?
Yep, I'll do round 4.
Do you want me to put the pictures back up, or?
Go time. Yep.
Right.
So this creepy-looking dude is Rasputin from Anastasia, a film which I still haven't actually seen. So there you go. Rasputin from Anastasia. This is Littlefoot, The Land Before Time. I also haven't seen this film.
Man, you need to get some culture and watch this film.
I hear this makes people cry a lot.
This next one, I'm telling you now, if you've put Eva, you are wrong. It is Eve, E-V-E, not E-V-A, from Wall-E. Yeah, it's just the way the character is pronounced, but the actual spelling of it is E-V-E. So there you go.
If you put the master control program for this one, you are also wrong. You're far off.
This is Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro.
Who everyone says is one of the cutest characters. I actually think he's terrifying.
In the film, he's great. This is very different ways of describing this character, but this is Frollo, Count Frollo.
No, Judge. He's a judge.
Sorry, Judge. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Incredibly evil character.
You've got Tony J did the voice of him as well. Really good voice.
This is Remy from Ratatouille. I've been told that if I dye my hair ginger, I could easily do an impression of Linguini for Halloween. So I would have him as my companion. This is Coraline from Coraline, not Caroline, Coraline. This was the first Leica film, and it still holds up.
Caroline.
This is Kevin Spacey. No,
and the police are the
here's the thing. I put it in our personal chat, but both of you actually gave the answer to this one.
We said the film, but if you didn't get the film, come on.
Yeah, it's Hopper from Bug's Life. Like, come on.
You don't know if like Hopper from Stranger Things or Hopper from Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Hopper off. Question.
Well, I mean, Hopper. I mean, David Harbour would just be found dead the next day, right? So
this is Rocky from the Rocky franchise. This is Rocky from Chicken Run, which they're apparently making a second film to, which I'm actually excited about.
It's only taken them 20 years.
It's going to be like free-range chickens this time. Like they've updated with the program. It's going to be about a bunch of vegans that break them out.
And final one. This is not a North Korean dictator. This is Russell from Up.
But at least we've seen Russell from Up. We haven't seen Kim Jong-un for weeks. Apparently he's alive. Now we're getting into politics too hard.
Anyway.
Okay, so, should I read the answers out? Oh no, George, you're going to do it, aren't you? Because you've got
question. I know how this is going to work. So question 1, I'm going to put the photo up, and then I'm going to give the answer. I should have started these differently on the website. Question 1 is Akira. Oh God, I should have put the white background. This is going to really do my head in. Question number 2 is, Chris, can you please give me the full name?
Yes, the film is The Road to El Dorado, one of my favorite animated films.
Question number 3 is Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. I want to know that what guys was hard. I would have got it, but I've never seen it. It's so under the radar, this film.
I was gonna say, it's got a cult following, but I think in terms of the full name, it might be a bit tricky for some people.
Question number 4.
This was brutal. We wanted Fantasia.
Fantasia. I thought it meant Fantasia 2000. And this is the only post, full theatrical post they did for it. There is Mickey's hat there, but it looked really weird when I cropped into it. But that's my bad, guys.
Still to this day, the most amount of Disney sequels to one film. Seriously, 1,999 films in between. My God.
Question number 5. This was the meme that is the B movie.
Oh my God, that film. I don't have words.
If we ever did a watch along to this, it'd have to be drunk.
Yeah, or high, or both. All of the substances.
Question 6, guys. Any of you that did put Minions, please admit that you were wrong. This was Despicable Me 1. I literally gave you the bottom line of the poster because I knew that would throw you off. So yeah, I will take that sly one there. Question 7, we said may have been one of the hardest ones. Please comment and let us know if it was. This is The Iron Giants. This was the re-release. This is there. Comic Con 2015. I think
the signature edition, which I have on my shelf here.
I've got my VHS in the garage that came with a little figure of him, and I remember that as a kid. Such an amazing. I think we covered this one. Such an amazing film.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Question number 8. If you didn't get this, I tried to crop out the 3 because it's clearly Aladdin. Many 3s, in fact. Question number 9. Not Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This is Spirited Away, which I've not seen.
It's got a big following. Big
following. That's the one I've heard of. It's that one and Porco Rosso. Mainly Porco Rosso because we used to tell someone at school he looked like him in an aeroplane. Here's one of my friends. We're allowed to get away with him.
Okay, go ahead.
Question number 10 is Toy Story 3. It was the cropping of the alien's feet and the Toy Story logo.
Okay, so while everyone gets counting up, we're going to take a little scroll back up for some. We're going to do the behind the scenes.
I haven't seen a single the quote come up.
We asked people what they thought the most famous and popular quote from The Incredibles was. We had the sentient spaghetti with Showtime. We had no capes. We also had another no capes from Sophie. We had Sophie with Honey, Where's My Super Suit?
Marco, what are you talking about? You are Elastigirl, pull yourself together.
Then there was another one. Then Honey, Where's My Super Suit?
So the original conversation, I want to frame it how it was, okay? We originally had I wrote down the quote, which was Syndrome, and when everyone is super, no one will be, which is the line that he leaves the entire Incredibles family of before it enters into the 3rd act.
And if you think it might be I'm super, thanks for asking, that's Big Gay Al from South Park. Which...
And these guys wanted to make it into an easier quote from The Incredibles, but in the end, we didn't go for an Incredibles quote based off that.
It was more so that we had a heated discussion that "Where is my super suit?" is the most iconic line. Tate said it was.
I was saying Syndrome's quote is more synonymous online. I've seen it posted a lot more, but whatever.
And then I was like, Syndrome? Who's that character again?
And then we go into a massive discussion on whether Syndrome was a good character or not. I love Syndrome. I think he's a brilliantly fleshed out character.
I think he's the weakest thing in Incredibles, personally, for me, is the villain in that film. I like his motivation, but in terms of a character, he doesn't really have much...
I like the mime man from the start.
What's his name? Bon Voyage.
Isn't he in another Pixar film? Is it a recent one? Apparently he's in the background of a Pixar film. And it's him in a flashback to something before he was a terrorist.
I am not sure on that one, to be honest. I'm going to keep our socials scrolling across the bottom because we are going to be announcing which quiz we are doing next week.
Yes, so we have scores coming up. Brinsley got 38. The Sentient Spaghetti. 42.
This is out of a possible 70, right?
Yep.
Out of 70.
Sophie P with 51. Samantha Jones with 59. That is high scoring.
Big improvement on last week.
We have a winner so far.
We have a winner. Who are we waiting for? Who hasn't?
If there isn't anyone else who hasn't posted their scores in the comment section.
We have a winner.
60 there for Grace Carrington.
Rebecca Jade Cook. Oh, sorry, T 27. Oh, it's like in the next Terminator film.
And there we go. 48.
Henok 39. Rebecca 48. Guys, this was definitely clearly a lot easier than last week, but we think it was the right balance. I think we got it right this week. Next week, should we announce it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So next week is going to be the sci-fi quiz. I should have put the graphic up. We have a graphic ready, but yes, we're doing sci-fi films. This does not mean there are 50 Star Wars questions, as much as I'd love to do it. At the minute, we have some questions done. We're going to go over it. But next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. is the sci-fi quiz. I'm very intrigued. Now we've had this week as well. I think sci-fi is going to be a little bit harder than animation, more so for the photo rounds.
I feel like, for us at least, we watch a lot of sci-fi films between us. We all have that kind of knowledge with us. I feel like it might be harder just purely based off the fact that we assume people will know more.
I mean, a lot of people, Samantha's put sci-fi love, Henok's put interesting.
For people that tuned in last week to our action one as well as tonight's one, let us know, did you prefer tonight's quiz in terms of the difficulty? Did you think it was a better balance than last week, or did you like it when it was a bit more challenging?
Ramsey, but I hope I do better at sci-fi, but animated we will see. I mean, the one thing we've kind of said, there was a lot of Disney Pixar today. We have tried to split it amongst all the companies, franchises. It's a lot harder to split up animated films more so than like sci-fi, if that makes sense.
And I mean, sci-fi is much more further reaching as well, right? Yeah. You've got Matrix, you've got Star Wars, you've got pretty much Mad Max is another one, for example, that you can throw in there as well. There's so many sci-fi films out there, so we are going to try and keep it balanced in terms of the decades.
Yeah,
I think we'd hit a sweet spot with this one today in terms of covering a lot of studios and everything. So we'll try and do exactly the same for next week when we do sci-fi.
We are also going to be doing a live stream this Saturday. We're going to be doing another film watch along to almost announce in this quiz. We're trying to keep it with the theme of whatever the upcoming quiz is going to be. We're going to do a watch along of that kind of style of film. When it comes round to Star Wars Drink Along, which will be the Attack of the Clones one,
coming soon.
We will be doing 2 streams that week. We will be doing a live stream of a film that is going to be based off the quiz, and we're going to be doing the Drink Along as well to go with it. So the next film we're going to be doing, I think we had so many different options for what we could do. We thought we'd put it up to a vote, and then we found this film that was so perfect that I hadn't seen personally in a very long time, and I don't think Chris had seen in a very long time as well.
It's been a while.
Sadly, George won't be able to make the stream, but me and Chris are going to be jumping on Saturday at 8 o'clock in the evening to go back through and watch. Drumroll, please. We are going to be watching the original Men in Black. So that is, I don't even know what year it came out in.
I want to say 99?
97. 97.
Yes.
So a long time ago for me when I was but a wee lad. So yes, and as I mentioned earlier, there might be 1 or 2 Men in Black questions that might crop up in the sci-fi quiz next week. So if you want to be a little bit ahead of the game, get watching that this weekend with us on Saturday at 8 p.m. As Tayte just said, it's going to be a blast.
Maybe a Men in Black question. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, right. So we've had some people saying great quiz. Hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Hope you're all staying safe. Keep on trucking. Hopefully we'll be out of it soon. But at least while we're in lockdown, we get all these fun quizzes, right? So positive silver lining to that. We'll be back with more content. So as you can see, socials along the bottom, hit subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You'll stay updated with all of times and what's going on and what we've got planned. It's the best way to keep track on all of that. So with all that being said, we had fun and we'll hopefully see you guys next week. Take care.